Okay, so 200 million subscribers, billions and billions of views. MrBeast's Burger, Feastables. It's pretty wild, right? I mean, the scale of Jimmy Donaldson's success, it just kind of boggles the mind.
It really does. It's incredible to see what he's built.
But for this deep dive, I didn't just want to marvel at the numbers. I wanted to unpack the how.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think, especially for our listener, if you're building something, a business, a creative project, really anything, there are some incredibly valuable principles at play here.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been taking a deep dive into Mr. Beast's rise, and it's clear there's a lot more to it than viral luck.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There are some pretty fundamental business rules,
Yeah.
driving this success. And we think that understanding these can give our listener a real advantage, regardless of what field they're in.
Exactly. And that's our mission today, to unpack 9 key rules of business that Mr. Beast himself laid out recently.
It's like a blueprint.
Yeah, a blueprint. So we're going to explore these insights, try to really get into the nitty-gritty, and then look at how they can be applied more broadly.
To your own ambitions, your own goals,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. So let's take a deep dive into what's making Mr. Beast tick. What's driving this phenomenon?
Sounds good. Let me give you the roadmap here. The 9 principles we'll be covering are: start early, burn the boats, go all in when others won't, CEO cloning, master your skills, reinvest everything, obsess over the product, think long-term, and surround yourself with the best.
Ready. Oh, absolutely. I'm ready. Hit me with rule number 1.
All right, rule number 1, start early. Mr. Beast started on YouTube when he was just 11 years old.
11. That's so easy to gloss over, but it's such a foundational advantage, isn't it?
It really is, because it wasn't about, becoming a star at 11. It was about having all those years to experiment, learn the platform inside and out, get comfortable creating, all without the pressure of needing to make it big right away.
Right. So it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just putting yourself out there, learning by doing, getting that feedback early.
And, for our listener, it makes you think, right? Like, where could starting sooner, even if it's imperfect, make a difference? I mean, starting, even in a small way, lets you go through that crucial learning phase, the adaptation, which is so hard to do later.
It's like you're building those foundational skills and getting the reps in.
Exactly.
It makes you think about those times when maybe you're holding back, waiting for things to be perfect, when just starting, just taking those first steps could actually be the key.
Totally. It's about embracing the journey, the continuous improvement, starting early. Those early steps, even if they're not perfect, they set the stage for everything that comes after.
Okay, so rule number 2 takes a bit more of a daring turn, right? Burn the boats.
Burn the boats, yeah.
As in Mr. Beast dropping out of college to go all in on YouTube. And I remember reading somewhere that his mom, well, let's just say she wasn't thrilled at first.
The burn the boats idea, it's all about forcing yourself to commit, right? There's no going back. By getting rid of other options, you kind of raise the stakes. It forces you to succeed on the path you've chosen.
Right, it's like removing the safety net completely.
And that kind of pressure, it can unlock a level of dedication and effort that you wouldn't believe. Now, for our listener, I'm not saying go out and literally burn anything.
Yeah, please don't burn your boats.
But the principle is about focus. It's about minimizing distractions and putting all your energy towards your biggest goals.
It's a bold move, for sure. And yeah, it's not for everyone, definitely not for the faint of heart.
No.
But it does show you the kind of focus it takes to achieve something truly exceptional.
Right.
And it makes you think, what are the safety nets? What are the distractions, even the small ones, that are maybe holding you back from really going after what you want?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, where are you hedging your bets? Where are you spreading yourself too thin? Sometimes you need to go all in.
Okay, so rule number 3 kind of builds on that all-in mentality, right? Go all in when others won't.
Exactly.
And this really shows how Mr. Beast separated himself from everyone else.
What's striking is how early he was willing to bet big on his content, financially. A lot of creators back then, they treated YouTube like a side hustle, right? Some extra cash on the side. But Mr. Beast, he went all in. Famously, he was reinvesting almost every dollar he made right back into his videos.
Back in, yeah.
And that's how he was able to fund those crazy productions, those huge giveaways. You remember those?
Oh, yeah. Groundbreaking stuff. Back then, nobody was doing anything like that.
No. He wasn't just making videos. He was setting a whole new standard. And, for our listener, it makes you think, right? Like, where are the opportunities in your field where everyone else is playing it safe, holding back? Could you make a bold move, a calculated risk with your resources, with your time, and really get ahead?
Yeah, seeing the potential where others only see risk. That's a powerful concept. Now, rule number 4 is where things get really interesting. CEO cloning.
Ah, CEO cloning.
Yeah.
Sounds like science fiction, right?
Right. But no, it's actually a really clever leadership strategy.
It is. What Mr. Beast realized early on is that he can't do everything himself. He knew that at some point, his own time and energy would be the thing holding him back.
He would become the bottleneck.
Exactly. So to really scale up, he had to find a way to delegate, to empower his team. And his solution was to train his core team to think like him, to basically clone his decision-making process, his vision, his way of approaching problems.
So they could operate independently without needing constant input from him, but still make decisions that are in line with the overall vision.
Exactly. It's about empowering your team, giving them autonomy, while still keeping everyone aligned.
And for our listener, this applies whether you're leading a team, collaborating on a project, anything. It's about communicating your vision clearly, making sure everyone understands the goals, and then trusting your team to make the right calls.
Right. Decentralized decision-making,
Yeah.
but with a shared understanding. That's
Yeah.
the key. And that allows you to move faster, to be more agile as things grow.
Okay, rule number 5, master your skills. This one seems pretty straightforward, right? Like it
Yeah.
applies to, well, everything.
Yeah, this one is fundamental. Mr. Beast's success wasn't just about the money he invested. It was about his dedication to always getting better.
Mm-hmm.
He was obsessed with learning, studying YouTube analytics, taking apart viral videos to see what made them work, constantly testing out different formats, different editing styles,
Always iterating, experimenting, honing those skills.
constantly improving.
Yeah.
And I think it's a powerful reminder. Even if you have the best ideas in the world, the best resources, you still need to master the fundamentals to make it work. You have to be able to execute.
It's a constant process.
And for our listener, think about your own field. What are the skills that are absolutely essential for your success? And are you actively working to improve those skills?
Okay, so rule number 6 ties directly into that growth and improvement. Reinvest everything. And this seems to be a theme throughout Mr. Beast's career.
Yeah, this one's big. From the very beginning, instead of pocketing the profits, he was putting almost all of it back into his business.
Wow.
This allowed him to create bigger and better videos, which attracted more viewers, which led to more revenue, which he could then reinvest, and so on.
It's like a snowball effect.
Exactly. It's compounding. And it really shows you the long-term benefit of focusing on growth instead of instant profits.
It's not just a financial strategy, it's a mindset.
Absolutely.
And it makes you think, right? What are you reinvesting in? How are you using your resources, your time, your energy to fuel your future growth? Are you playing the short game or the long game?
Because compounding, it's a powerful force. By reinvesting consistently, you're not just growing, you're accelerating your growth.
Okay, rule number 7 shifts the focus to output. Obsess over the product.
Obsess over the product. Yeah, in Mr. Beast's world, that product is his YouTube content. And his commitment to making it the best it can be, it's clear.
It really shows.
He's always trying to make the experience better for the viewer.
Yeah.
Whether it's through those massive giveaways or super elaborate challenges or the philanthropy, it's all about creating content that's really engaging. Content that provides real value, whether it's entertainment or having a positive impact on the world.
So it's about going above and beyond what people expect, exceeding expectations.
Exactly.
And I think that's a powerful lesson no matter what your field is. If you focus on creating the best possible product, whatever that product is for you, you're going to attract an audience. You're going to keep them coming back for more.
And to do that, you need to really understand your audience. You have to be willing to push the boundaries creatively, not just meet expectations, but surpass them.
Okay, rule number 8 is think long term. And in today's world, where everything's moving so fast, having that kind of patience is a superpower.
It really is. Mr. Beast isn't just chasing trends. He's building a brand. He's playing the long game. His strategies are all about having a lasting impact, about being able to adapt as the digital world changes, which it always does.
It's about building something that lasts, focusing on the fundamentals instead of quick wins.
And for our listener, it's about asking yourself, where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? And are the choices you're making today going to get you there?
It's about aligning your current actions with your long-term vision.
Exactly. It's about building a foundation that can withstand the test of time.
Okay, we're on to our final rule. Rule number 9, surround yourself with the best.
Ah, this is a big one. Mr. Beast constantly talks about his team, how they're a huge part of his success.
Yeah, he gives them a lot of credit.
And he's right to do so, because nobody achieves great things alone. It's just not possible. Mr. Beast's whole approach is about finding talented people, people who share his drive, his work ethic, his vision, and bringing them together.
Yeah, and this isn't just some feel-good advice. Your network, your team, it can make or break you. I mean, think about the people you work with. Do they challenge you? Do they support your growth? Do they bring something unique to the table?
The right team, it's like a force multiplier. They amplify your strengths, they help you overcome your weaknesses.
They fill in the gaps?
Exactly, you're combining your skills, your knowledge, to create something bigger than any one person could do alone.
So there you have it. MrBeast's 9 rules of business, a blueprint for success.
And it goes way beyond just YouTube, right?
Oh yeah, these principles apply to anything. Deep commitment, reinvesting, always striving for quality, thinking long-term, building a great team. These are universal principles.
It's a philosophy for success, really. It's about constant improvement, strategic growth, and having the right people by your side.
And as you think about these 9 rules, what stands out to you? What resonates with your goals, your challenges right now? And what's one small step, one concrete action that you can take in the next 24 hours to start implementing these principles?
Take action. That's how you turn insight into results.
It's time to stop marveling and start building, so get out there and make it happen.
You got this.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive.